last match, which was an absolute banger of a game.
So hot. So hot. The final circles were so crucial there, obviously, with all of the teams near the top of the table still being in it that late. Didn't really open up too many gaps. Obviously, we saw some leads eke out Team Queso. A little bit more work to do. They weren't quite able to make it there with the rest of them. So we'll see if they're able to make up that difference here on Vikendi.
Yeah, they were for an early fight, didn't they? And it just did not pay off for them. And it was very, very unfortunate because they were actually in a good position to hold on to that number 2 spot, steal it away from Illuminate the Murder. But now, as we head in over Vikendi, it's going to be a lot less easy to die early on. Compounds galore, so many areas to hold down and play that early on. But Vikendi, as we know, John, when we cast it at least, the circles are absolutely horrible.
Well, as we know, of course, with the plane being on the northeast, it is only right that the circle goes down. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
All right,
we cursed the game.
Southeast circle, heavy shift, a lot of water. It's a Vikendi circle, of course it is.
It's just how it goes with me and John, sadly. It's just Vikendi, though. The cursed Vikendi.
If you want to follow more Vikendi circles, you can hit us up on Instagram, JohnAllenCasts _ and _cast. Of course, we'll be doing every off Vikendi circle in the world, apparently.
It would seem so you can keep up to date with that. But heading back into the match here, 64 will drop down, 16 teams alive. Only one will walk away victorious here as we head into, as you say, John, the penultimate map of the day. Standings there on the right-hand side of your screen. Mega, Illuminate the Murder, and Top Esports all very, very close within 8 points of each other. And a little bit further down than we said earlier, Team Queso, 149, 12 points behind Top Esports. RRQ within striking distance, but they have a lot of work to do and only 2 games to do it. And as we know, RRQ, from the 2 other days we saw them in, they were a very passive team, and they're only starting to come alive now today in day 3.
Wait, sorry, RR who?
RR who?
Oh dear. Had a little bit of a laugh in there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Kind of
we're building on it.
We got you, Dave. We got you.
Oh, yeah. Certainly do. You do. You can see on your screens, the crowd loves
skating.
Look at those beaters. Look at those glow sticks coming on through. Big fan of those, by the way.
Massive fan. They're actually very cool. You can change the color, so you can rep wherever you want. Be it Top Esports, Cloud9, Unique if you really wanted to.
You do. Most commonly.
That
Absolutely.
blue coming in.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of a blue color as we have found ourselves very familiar with them. Over on the northwestern side, diametrically opposed to the next circle, you saw Orange and Unicorn both taking up position just north of Dobromesto, and they'll have to make a long rotation, Blank.
Yeah, Team Queso playing up in the northeast as well. They're pretty safe up there. They're completely alone. They can make their way down from the north with only Kurd Squad in their way, which, to be fair, should play into their favor as they try and move downwards. But it's Rod Fiat once again, who is the forward scout right outside the circle. Mega doesn't half like to spread their wings as far as possible. Sometimes the wings get clipped, but more often than not, Rod Fiat's able to come back with a lot of valuable, useful information. You see he's coming back now with the post in hand.
Mails here. See what came through. Is it going to be a nice little, I don't know.
Oh, I really was worried that he just...
a nice little check from your nan, or is it going to be more of a bill from a gas company?
Yeah, it's true. 21 kills over the course of the tournament. Very, very strong from him. Online 24, that's the guy I really want to see the stats from. He has been miraculous. He has literally been miraculous most days.
I mean, he 1v3'd against Unique, around the edge of a smoke on a sliver of HP. He was able to get the final kill in that previous circle and see Mega to that chicken dinner.
What's interesting here for me, John, is a lot of teams are already taking a central position in the circle. They know they have to get here early because this is the area of the map which is actually the western side of it is not clear at all. It's got the frozen lake, which is very open, the castle itself, and Volnova. It's hard to walk out from there because you are coming down from the hillside from Winery. Most teams will be able to spot you out. So BTR, a little bit of a difficult rotation depending on where the next circle does head out next.
Pretty tricky indeed. All rejection being spotted out by EGC Bear, but they aren't going to be able to push in. They don't really want to. They might just try and skirt around the edges. It is in the path of their direct circle approach, but on the other side of it, you've got Castle, and you don't really want to be rotating through there, especially with only one route of egress from it in the center of that river. You're going to be going into so many teams because you know they're all going to be clumping up on the other side of that bridge.
which is the difficulty. But a lot of teams, they don't want to make that northern rotation, knowing that it's going to be super gate kept as well. It's hard going forward for a lot of these teams on Vikendi, and it always is when you get a circle like this. A lot of things just get thrown to the wind when it comes to rules of survival here and how you want to proceed going forward. But Curse Squad, they're the ones coming down from the northern side. They're going to try and take a central position, hopefully not get fired upon as they make their way down past Factory.
So there's a couple of teams, obviously, we're paying attention to. Mega, as you can see on your screen, currently one of them. We're really looking at Top Esports, Illuminate the Murder, and Team Queso, RRQ, to bring it up on the back. Those teams are the ones who are vying for those top spots, the top 3 placements, gold, silver, bronze.
Exactly, and I was talking to C9 a little bit earlier, and they said they'd be very, very happy with a top 5 finish. Right now, they're down in 8th with 122 tying with Entity, also on 122 from that last match. They've got a long way to go to even try and breach into the top 5, though, with Team Queso currently 149 points and going forward. But this is the team that Seven wants to see on the desk, so does Dave. I talked about them at the very beginning of the tournament. I love this team. They're so improved. And they've just got a lot of passion for the game, and I think that's what I appreciate the most about them.
Passion is running in the veins of pretty much all of these players here today, Blank. I mean, they have put in so much work. They've done so well to get here. They are the best 16 teams in the world. So even going down early, going down low in these tables means that you've achieved so much already.
Yeah, it's something to be proud of. Geek, though, tries to find Uber, but just quite can't find the shot underneath the car.
With the smoke coming out as well, that might just afford him some time, but no, he's going to go low, goes down, sidelines. They're going to be overrun by Unique. Yudu able to get that first blood, but the crash comes in. Okay, into the backside. Team Queso come in flying. Ayala, the brutal slaughterhouse of a man that he is. For Team Queso, leads it up. The Mystic goes down first. Drax holds face with the micro Uzi. Yudu holds strong for now, but they go out wide, and Ayala, they challenge. The AKM wins it out. Now it's Geek's turn to face. He's still on the corner. Bolts on in. The nade is out. He might just try and send it over, try and get this confirmation with Mystic down. They're into 3.
But this fight, remember,
oh no,
it's getting worse.
It's on the same side, right on the top. Oh, the nade, not quite so good. Is around, but the micro is there. Ayala goes down on the sidelines. The smoke is going to cover them.
This is not what Team Queso want whatsoever. They died to a terrible crash like this last time. 2 overzealous maybe from this team.
But Exil is still alive. 2 of them. 1 of them gets confirmed. Able to escape the Fury for now, but Mystic so low. It's Unique on the sidelines. They're just going to send it away.
Potentially, the Vultures are attracted by all this fighting, but Team Queso, they know that they do not want to go out right now. This would be tremendously bad for them.
Oh, Drax gets the confirmation on the Mystic, and they turn it around. Unique are chiming in. Marco goes down, and they're able to get the flush. Axel falls on Team Queso. Oh, that's devastation for them.
They will slip once again down the rankings. A top 5 finish is looking further and further away in the distance, but it's Unique now, trying to take a fight with Yudu and Orange, John.
Fire just wants to get out of there, lest he be extinguished, and Yudu, they have to hold it down. Entity is atop the hill. You can see him off in the distance there. They might be trying to crest the ridge. They might be trying to, what is this, 5th party now, Blank?
This is very unlike Vikendi. It's what a circle like this does. There's so much open area around here, roads everywhere, trees are pretty sparse.
Entity don't want any part of it. They're going to send on through. Over towards Top Esports and Kurd Squad as well. My goodness me. What a way to kick it off. Team Queso, though, that is so unfortunate. That might have put a spoiler on their 2nd place dreams.
It was a suicidal run that they made directly into the compound. It was not executed fast enough, and as soon as they took that first casualty and Unique was on the sidelines, things were all but over.
Nades going both ways. The Apex on the arc. Going high for Unique, but they aren't quite able to connect the damage. They'll take out the vehicles. They'll stop those rotations coming through from Yudu as well, but they're safe and sound in the center of the circle.
And it's a good position to hold too, right on the coast with barricade right in front of you. You can be very certain the next circle is just going to push inwards from the water. And the circle will still be at the back of Unique, so this is a really good position going forward. A lovely decision for them to immediately try and take this down, and that can play it slow versus Yudu, just over the side of the road.
A lot of smokes around the Yudu compound right now. Another nade, going to be sent on in, followed by a second. They're looking for some damage. That bounce might have been good. Oh, Yasha sends it around for the bouncer. 3 points to you, my friend.
Cricket player gets the bounce through, and it's all 3 wickets down on Mampring.
He's going to go and tick away. A very difficult push as the smokes begin to clear, but Drax has the off angle. Ducking around the wall, does get spotted. Oh, he's able to get behind the cover just in time. Pops the first aid, and the res is through as well. They have some cover here. They've managed to move forwards. Unique closer to the coast. They have a little bit more protection from the sea, but there's so many teams looking to come in from the west.
UDU, on the other hand, have so much utility afforded to them by their bodies littered around from Team Queso, who went down in 16th. They're happy to take another fight. That fight before with Team Queso didn't hurt them too much at all.
Circle, as you can see, comes in really very kind, not too much to worry about. Illuminate the Murder, RRQ both on the outside, playing hard edge right now. You can see how much these teams want to stay into the late game because they know that's where the points are. As long as you can hit those top 4 spots, then you're in with a decent game, especially when you're so down to the wire, Blank.
Yasha, Mampring, both playing a pixel peak right now.
Oh, Drax is protected beautifully. Zully lands the headshot onto Rogue. And UDU coming alive in front of their home crowd.
This team just continues to have more and more good fights in them. There's even helmets on the floor to replace the ones they lose during this extended fight with Unique. And Unique just can't go anywhere. Whilst although good for them, they are just getting pressured, squeezed by UDU.
But now with Drax on the off angle, Unique might find themselves slouched on their compound. If he can find an angle, that is. He's not quite got the ridge line to play around.
Still, bold play here, looking for the angle onto Unique. We're going to head over to Top Esports EGC. Top Esports currently hold the high ground.
Not only that, you've got Mega in the back lines there as well. Bigatron, they're moving away from their location at the moment. In Hot Springs, they're just sending it through. I think they're out for blood. We know they like to do it. We know that they like to play a little bit stylish, and Cloud9 might be the recipients of a couple of bullets they weren't too keen on. Uneven, unloads, and sends them away. But Bigatron, they've dropped a player out in the sidelines. Percasus goes down. Micro Boy, he stops off, gets a pick-me-up, sends him on his way.
Micro Boy's still up. BTR immediately changing round the Wasp. They fly in!
Zuxi, Luxy, Ryzen, the trifecta crash through, and it's Luxy to take the first on the second phase of this fight. Uneven falls, Beowulf goes out wide, takes down Micro Boy, and Pyra to hold it versus Ryzen. He's got 1, will he be able to get 2? He looks for the edge, Ryzen should spot him in the air, might go for the jump shots, but no, it's Luxy. And he will confirm out onto Pyra, just Beowulf, the IGL for Cloud9 left alive.
C9. They prodded the wrong bear, and it came out of hibernation and flung its claws at them fast.
Blood was drawn, spilt over the fields of Hot Springs as Beowulf hunkers down behind the wall. Has the death crate to maybe keep himself looted up, but hang on a minute, Solar coming in. They're delivering a couple more kills, but they're trading it 1 for 1. They're going even for now. The reses can't quite come through onto Regaltos, though. He's a little bit more exposed, and in come the rest of Soul to try and back them up. Ryzen is getting rezzed. Luxy looks for the off angle, and the nades will start to fly.
Beowulf has nowhere to go. Drax, no!
Oh, in comes Drax. All the way around! He's moved on the off angle, but Kitsune's there. He didn't know. Oh, it's so unfortunate. They lose their player. Yasha can get rezzed, and Unique still hold down the compound. Rogue so low makes the break for it.
UDU can't be happy about that one, but Mampring now making his way in, takes a couple of pot shots.
Oh, it's Old Boy on the flank as well, over on the corner, looking to try and close them down. He's got the Tommy gun in hand and looks for the shots out wide, not quite able to connect them just yet. We'll see if they can find a little bit more in a moment.
Unique just repositioning. Mampring off in the distance now. Zully takes some shots though onto Old Boy.
He's been brutal with this M16 from his window. Has the angle, but Beowulf, he's been spotted. That's Cloud9 down. They go out, 15th place for the North American representatives.
The past 2 games have been devastating for C9 and Team Queso. both their grips weakened on the side of the precipice on the first leaderboard.
It's stamina that wins out the day, and Yasha seems to have plenty of it. Two of you do down on the floor, Geek and Zully, leaving
Mampering in the distance.
Over in the distance, as you say, oh, the pan and the punch. Unique, you naughty buggers.
Unfortunate, put Yudu in the fire. And they stay alive. That was a long, long fight from Unique. They weathered the storm perfectly, but now they have to move into the circle after this next one pops. So they're right on the edge.
Cement factory currently completely unoccupied into this next circle. This is the central clump that we saw move into circle 1. They have stayed in their compounds. We know teams like to hold it down on Vikendi, and no one's quite willing to leave there. Kurd squad, maybe a little bit of a different story. They're holding the hillsides around it, but that is a beautiful bit of oversight for them. They're right atop a really nice mountain. They're well protected there. Illuminate the murder. They might want to push in from the north and actually place spoiler to that spot.
They have a lot of room to play around with. Kurd squad currently holding down the mountainside. RRQ pushing over to all rejection. You can see that on the west, looking to trap all rejection as they move into the circle from the bridge. Looks like they're taking a bit of an unconventional route in. Try and sneak beneath the noses of RRQ.
Out wide he goes, UMP. At range, not the best weapon, but he's got a lot of SMG power. Vikendi probably one of the more likely maps. Okay, he's going a bit of rock climbing. Let's hope he's got his crampons on. The rock shoes there, able to stay alive. Gets himself a crate. That's the reward he's going to find.
Interesting. He made his way down there. That has killed me in game.
A little bit of abseiling.
That has killed me in game. I won't lie.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. But he gets away with it.
How has he done that?
He's it's the one, the only baby.
Interesting play. I mean, perfectly done, to be fair to him.
Soul
skidded down.
Under pressure now from the sidelines. Will be able to hold it off. They've got themselves a fire base, and they're looking north to try and take what they can see, but Mega, they have a compound as well, really quite close by, just the northeast of that.
AWM in hand 2 is absolutely frightening on Pons, one of the heaviest fraggers on this team. A lot of players I've spoken to says that Pons is the guy to look out for. He is a scary guy to come up against in a firefight, close quarters or long range.
Surprisingly quiet since that C9 fight from Bigatron as well. We'll have to see what more they can do. The next circle just about to come in. As Mega get the first knock onto Soul, they might be trying to look and push out southwest, but might just be a knock and some damage over onto the meds, over onto the armor, which proves really crucial and can be a really bad mistake to make to get hit by those shots.
Very true, John, especially out here in the open where there really isn't any loot to take. Next circle pops directly on top of Kurd squad. They have a really good position going forward, and it's hard to scale this mountain, but Illuminate the Murder, they could come from the north here and surprise Kurd squad from behind.
They have been just biding their time. Similar story from RRQ. You can see them right in the background, not really coming into fights, not really being a part of any of these frays. And rightly so. They don't want to go down because they are so close to that 45-gram pay jump from between third and second place.
Something to be always considered, John, and you have to weigh it up between playing careful, potentially going out early without any points, or going aggressive, and it's a difficult decision to make, especially towards the end of the tournament right now, where Team Queso have experienced it themselves. One small mistake, even if it happens twice, can almost ruin your chances to get towards the upper echelons of that prize structure.
Entity looking to climb up as well. We know that this team can frag, and if there's a time to do it, if there's a time to bring out the pride for the South Asia and the Indian regions, it's now, Blank, in the 11th hour.
In this situation, they have a compound, they have a place to stay. Entity have been caught unawares on their rotations too many times, but now they've dug the heels in. are looking to take the fight to Unique.
Aman has been knocked, or gets the knock, sorry. And they want to push on up Jonathan into the US. Neo to back him up and Gatak on foot. The firing line is there. The Molotov down to isolate them to the sides of the pass, but they're going to be playing around these rocks anyway. Jonathan wants to breach. One of the highest damaging players. You've got Kurd Squad up top as well, remember, who want to send it in. A nade from Neo takes down Rogue. He takes a knee. Gatak on the off angle. Another nade going to be sent up. The Molotov's behind the vehicles. Oh, Rogue's burning away. Soon though, he's turned around. He's looking for that ridgeline, and it's going to be found out by Kraken as well up top. But what's going on? Unique. They haven't managed to get any knocks just yet.
Yasha, Kitsune looking to make their way up the hill, but they have to worry about two sightlines here. Oh boy, just barely got away, and the next circle pops right on top of Kurd Squad once more.
A good old match at King of the Hill, right atop the mountain. And Kurd Squad currently sat as kings. But will they be dethroned? Usurpers to the left of them, usurpers to the right. Pretenders to the crown below them as well, though.
Bring your ladders, bring your rope, because you'll be scaling the more than just the leaderboard here. It's the mountain you have to face, and Kurd who sit atop it.
The big 300 for Bigatron already achieved. A massive tournament for them. They have such a legacy moving forwards. Beautiful stuff from them, but the fight is on. The fray is real for the rest of the squad still in it.
C9 praying that Entity in Unique do not make it much further here. And to be fair, with their position and Kurd Squad looking down onto them, they might have a chance to knock them out here, which would keep C9 in contention for that 5th spot. If they have a cracker of a next game, it's just beginning to look more and more unlikely for them.
Oh dear, Baby, who dropped down earlier with his abseiling talent, has managed to find a fight with Mortal, and the rest of Soul as well. They're being backed up from the top of the hill, and it's just devastation against Soul right now. So unfortunate for them. They're pinched between one player from Kurd Squad and EGC. And they're trying to fight their way away, but Mega have their back as well.
The circle right now looks more like a donut with the middle of it completely missing. How do you play around that area? You're almost forced to play around the sidelines.
Bigatron, they've moved up to the crate. They have a little bit of hard cover. We've seen how they can crash before. That's Soul getting eliminated. Mega to draw the last blood there. Online 24. Able to close it down. What a player this guy's been. Such strength as Bigatron down to 3. They're looking to crash.
So far they've been successful in pretty much every single one of their crashes. Even when they didn't necessarily plan for it. C9 tried to take them out of the cars, but unfortunately BTR just turn around and show them what's what.
The push into the foothills has started. Unique trying to scale to the summit, but Kurd Squad still dominant over it. Great sightlines, but they'll run out of utility soon enough if they keep taking those fights, keep getting damage sent their way too. Top Esports, they found Bigatron. He is able to take one. Zuxi looks for a peek, but there's still plenty of Top Esports players out in the blue. They need to push through. The high ground is theirs, however. An aid is sent in from the bottom to the top. Not going to find any damage, though, as Zuxi takes face with Eagle. Looks for the nades, looks for the shots. The shadow descends as the Eagle swoops down. The spray is in, the drop shot is through, and is back up from the rest of his team, but it can't quite happen. The micro Uzi is there. Zuxi gets knocked, but his brother's at his back. And his brother's in arms as Luxy turns the corner to face off against 2. He roars his last cry as he dives down. Top Esports still alive.
BTR out. This time they won't be able to steal away all the points from these other teams. And Top Esports has a real chance here to extend their lead once again ahead of Mega. Here's Mega on the sidelines themselves, a little bit higher up than Top Esports.
The next shift is going to move off the peak of the mountain over to the northeast side of it. That means that Kurd Squad have to move through. Oh, they spotted Baby. It's only a matter of time now. Mega, they're going to be able to pick up that kill, but there's still 3 Kurd Squad players alive. And they'll have Overwatch. And in fact, they spotted RRQ as well as Kraken rattles off with the AUG.
But it's Top Esports who are currently following Mega into the valley, where Mega will have to hold.
A straight up fight is on the cards between these two behemoths of the tables right now. Online leads the charge, ears, feels the brunt of it, gets knocked as well. Two players up on the sidelines, the heal is in, but the spray is good. And Online stays up, Hope goes down as well, and it's just KK Skur for Top Esports. He has the M4 in hand, goes for the shots, but he's in the blue, will get ticked away, has to get pushed on out, and over the top punch goes Top Esports, eliminated in the Valley of Death.
A huge fight for them there. They held on, shields at the ready. The bullets from Top Esports might blot out the sun, but Mega, they will fight in the shade.
The pass impassable as RRQ go down too. Their run for now is done. They'll have to mount up again, but Entity still in the side lanes. Sidelines, illuminate the murder, still have that compound of 4 alive.
The play zone doing heavy damage to Mega. Online, the clutch player making a swoop in towards Orange. Will he survive?
He's looking to try and get it done as Online does go down to Mega. Oh, they're eliminated in 10th. The heavy hitters from the top of the tables able to survive to the end last time around, but this time not so lucky. Illuminate the murder now, a chance to open up a lead in front of their competitors.
Goddard from below, but below is the key word here. Illuminate, they have to fight upwards.
The mountain casts a shadow on so many of these teams, but it's going to be illuminated from the eastern side. They'll have to try and push it on through. Shafts of light crashing through the ranks of these other players.
Unicorn Gaming now looking towards EGC. Ho Chung in a difficult spot, and EGC will finish them. Again, Kurd Squad and EGC, they're fighting between those bottom spots. No one wants to be in last.
Certainly don't. They're trying to hold it down. One player alive, Ryan, looks for survival. At all costs, Kurd Squad on the south side of the circle need to dismount the peak. So they're going to be rotating around as well. A knock did go through over their way, but Unique have managed to stay alive on the side of this mountain for so long against all odds.
Yeah, now they're just on the cusp of the southern side of the circle as it shifts towards them. Orange with the most kills at 7, but they are very far out towards the blue on the western side.
Orange made the miracle run in prelims, managing to go all the way through, I think, 5 or 6 teams, but they're taking heavy knocks, heavy damage from the play zone, and I don't think they're going to be able to repeat that performance here, especially with EGC bearing down upon them. They're eliminated. They go down. Oh, they've got one player still alive. A fire is still burning.
Unique, though, they're taking a heavy hit to go down.
It's only a matter of time, really. They were playing so close to the edge, and the precipice just about to yawn and swallow them. And they go down 8th place. Unicorn pick up some kills.
Entity also still here in the fight. Takes down Hixie.
Get eliminated now. 6 teams remain. And every time a team goes down, Entity illuminate. They cheer in their hearts. They know what it's worth to them. Every point a battle, and every point as crucial as the next.
If Entity have a roaring game right now, they can potentially jump up in the standings, but it has to be a good one from them. We've seen them finish in the regional finals on Vikendi so strong time and time again. But now, they have to do it here at the global finals against the best of the best.
The smoke is there to block the retreat. 3 players alive for Entity, and the shift comes through. It's on to Illuminate, Blank.
Illuminate. So ecstatic about this one. They can hold around these corners so well. Look at the split that they've got going on. They hold all the angles. They hold all the options in their hands.
But they've got to choose one of them, and they've got to be confident in it at that. Only 1 kill to their name so far. Going down now would mean a pretty shaky game at best, but Entity starting to frag out. 4 teams now remain.
Entity looking to remove EGC. The other team with 4 members still alive other than Illuminate. It would make things certainly a lot easier. They drop down. Matt Toy definitely has heard this one though.
Oh, he's going to go out wide, goes for the spray. Will be able to get the knock as well. Illuminate, get the confirmation as EGC try and play the ridgeline, but Entity are on the side as well to potentially play spoiler! Oh my goodness me! Absolutely mad plays coming out from Illuminate. They're able to get 1, get 2, and Entity finish them off. Oh, my goodness me, 3 teams standing. Illuminate still in the fray, but Neo is going to do so much work for his squad. Entity, one of the last 3 teams standing, and Orange still out their representative. Fire's been healing for so long out in the blue.
They gave him all the merits before they all went down. And not only the merits, they gave him all their hope to move upwards. But right now, it doesn't look like Entity or Illuminate are going down anytime soon, but it's been a massive feat to stay alive this long. But the next circle will certainly kill him.
Won't be able to survive for too much longer, but they'll be absolutely chuffed to bits with that. 3rd place, 7 kills, 17 points on board. A really nice turn up for them to try and ladder up in terms of the prize pool. Entity atop the cliff. They're getting spotted out. The next shift will close it pretty much entirely. Blank Jonathan. Oh, stays alive for now, but Neo not so lucky. Katak is low, and Illuminates!
Orange!
Oh, at the end of the...
He stoked the fires!
He's able to get all the way to 2nd. Beautiful stuff.
Punching the air!
At the end of the 15th match, look to the east. Illuminate, shine bright.
Fire, Illuminate, they go hand in hand to the death, but it's a peaceful victory for them.
Incredible performance from Fire as well. All credit to Orange in that situation. Absolutely great stuff coming out. Able to heal it through, bided his time, didn't try and risk it, and got so many points for Orange in the process.
14 placement points for a
7
run
kills.
that we never thought would happen. The 7 kills on board, that's going to jump him all the way up to 21. Orange going to be hugely happy with that one.
They'll be able to leapfrog over Cloud9, I think. They should be able to push on up into 8th place, make that front card.
Remember what you said, John? Orange in the prelims, the last 2 matches. That's when they turn it on.
You just can't stop them. Sometimes it is written in the fates. The teams are meant to be the best. And if there's a comeback, God, I think they're looking down on Orange and smiling right now.
A really good game for our last Vikendi of 2019. The PMCO Club Open 2019 full split. Insane game. A great ending for us. And Vikendi, it just wasn't all compounds as I said it was in the beginning.
The battle for the mountain. That's really where it was pitched, and what a way to continue to get towards the final game, because Blank, we've only got 1 more left. We've only got 1 more map to play. It's back to basics, it's back to Erangel after this.
And again, all these teams are so close in terms of scoring. Anything can still happen for that top 5 spot, for the 90 grand, for the 45 grand. Those huge bonuses.
Such massive jumps, and it's going to play on the minds of all of these players, Blank. They're going to have such a tough time to try and pick it up, but we're going to head over to the desk to break down the chaos underneath the mountain.
I don't even know what to say about Orange Esports. They're somehow managing to stay alive that long in the blue zone, healing constantly, just hoping that one team got knocked out, gets them to 2nd place, gets some extra points on the board. Not too many kills for them, unfortunately, but still, Illuminate the murder. The team you did not back this time. No, don't be happy. You did not back them. You had Team Queso. You had Team Queso. You both had Team Queso. And now I know why they dropped down to 16th place, because the jersey's off.
Yep,
Or is
the
it?
jersey is off, and I'm back on my Vivo hero suit. It felt just right coming back to it, you know? We had to. We had to.
We had to, and you guess what else had to? Eliminate the murder, had to get the chicken dinner here. They were 5 points behind 2nd place. Team Queso, Top Esports, BTR, Mega, all eliminated very early on this game. This opened up the floodgates for Illuminate the Murder to widen that gap, because all day we've been back and forth between 2nd and 3rd place by like 5 points, by 3 points, but hopefully with this chicken dinner, that's gonna be 20 points. They didn't get enough kills, in my opinion. I think they only got like 3 kills. I'll have to check the leaderboard one more time. I was too busy watching Fire heal
Well, we
off
can't
over
check
there.
it right now. Let's just throw it up there while you continue your point.
But you know what?
On the best. That was the end of my point.
Well, one of the
Okay.
other teams I actually want to go ahead and mention that were able to readjust throughout the whole tournament in Vikendi is Entity. Entity on day 1 didn't have a strong performance. On day 2, it was, I think they were like mid-pack. And on day 3, on the final day, they were finally able to at least get into the top 3 in regards to placement points and also kills. So it's good to see that they're finally making adjustments. A little bit too late, but I guess going into 2020, it will be great to see what they're able to do if they go ahead and continue to adjust. Another thing we mentioned earlier is just going to be roster changes. That's going to be interesting, just seeing all the roster changes that are going to go ahead and come about throughout the world, whether it's India, whether it's North America, it doesn't matter where you are. You're definitely going to be seeing some new teams and some new faces next year. And look at that, Unicorn Gaming with the 10 points. You also have Eliminated Murder, 5 kills, Dave. They had 5 kills.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have seen more kills from them. But one team that we don't normally talk about because they're just not doing too much. Yudu Gang finally up here on the top 8 page. This last game was amazing for them. They're the ones who actually took out Team Queso very early on. It was a bloodbath to say the least. There were smokes everywhere. There was Uzis everywhere just spraying and praying. And then almost immediately after that, Team Unique had a nice little engagement with them across the road. And then we saw, was it Rax? Rax from Yudu Gang making an interesting play to wrap all the way around Team Unique, starting the engagement, but with no support. Yudu Gang was having such a phenomenal game, but then at the end, I feel like just throwing it.
And I think the audience has to play a big factor on that. I'm not sure if the if people at home were able to hear the audience, but they were going crazy when Yudu Gaming was able to clutch the squad wipe. And it might have gotten into Rex's head. He might have gotten like, you know what, I want to be able to hear that pop off again. He was able to go in and knock one, so he was able to hear the pop from the crowd. Yeah. But after that, it just... It was just a bad play, exactly. And nobody was near there. They tried rotating around with the car, but it was just a little bit too late. They couldn't do anything. And right here, we got Top Esports, one of the challengers for second place. They got 12th place in points. And look at that, even though they knocked off Bigatron, and that's something to mention, Top Esports finally were able to knock off Bigatron, but Bigatron only had 3 players left.
I mean, yes, I'm gonna give it to him. We're all tongue twisted right here. The excitement from the crowd. Bigatron, yes, killing them 2 times in a row. Finally, Top Esports going to be crowned the victor in this fight. But then almost immediately after that, they went down what John called the Valley of Death. Mega, they set up a trap. They were waiting. They heard the engagement between Bigatron and Top Esports. Mega also able to acquire some kills in the process onto that. We got one more game to go. Are we going to see Top Esports duke it out once again with Bigatron? Hopefully they don't, because the odds are kind of stacked against them. Hopefully they feed on these smaller teams so that they can acquire more points.
There's 2 more teams I want to mention, by the way, from that last game in their placings. You had EGC get number 4, which is one of their best placing games they've had so far over the course of these matches now, with 15 now done. And Team Queso, they finished last place. In the last 3 games, they finished 15th, 14th, 16th. They are having a rough game. And for the team who, you know, it gets better as the day goes on, they have not been able to accomplish that today, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe the pressure got to them. Maybe the wind got to them. Who knows? A lot of things can definitely go wrong with the team, and today is just not their day. They've been trying different stuff. We've been able to see they've been challenging people, losing those gunfights. Hopefully they can pick it up here on the final game coming up.
Well, you see there, Illuminate the Murder, we talked about them lengthening the gap between them and 3rd place, as you said, Mustache Dave, and they've been able to put it up to 11 points at the moment. A little bit of a gap, though, still between 3rd place and 4th place. Unfortunately, Entity's kind of fallen into 7th place. RAQ Athena still going to be sitting in 6th place. Top Esports as well, not really getting too many points off that last game. Eliminate the Murder, you know, to be fair,
yeah.
Go Skilla in the prelims, Eliminate the Murder here. You've done a fairly good job in your predictions.
Well, this is my second chance, right? Going into the final game of the prelims, Go Skilla, they're in top 3. They were eliminated in like 16th place, and they got bumped out of that spot for the qualifiers. Hopefully, Illuminate the Murder can maintain their positioning. The previous game, they were playing the edge. They were playing extremely passive, chilling around Cement Factory. This next game, I'm going to assume that they're going to go for the same strategies, just playing the edge and just walking into the late game with 4 members alive.
I do want to point out one thing really quickly as well, because we saw in the leaderboards, the overall standings. We've had 6 Southeast Asian teams participating in the global finals. We had 3 get through in the prelims. And we have 5 of those teams going to be in the top 8 at the moment. One of them 9th through 16. Like, Southeast Asia has really shown to be the dominant region overall in PUBG Mobile.
And I think based on that, it goes to show to the other regions. They might want to go ahead and pay a little bit more attention to that region, right? Maybe go back and see the the prelims, what happened there, go even back and see the regional finals for the Southeast Asia, see what kind of rotations they're doing, try to catch up, and then just have the time off that they're going to have after this tournament, just to be able to practice, maybe try out some new strats, try out some new tactics, rotations, all of that kind of stuff. That would be the time. And look at this here. Kills leaderboard. My boy, Jonathan, is back with 23 kills, average survival time 20 minutes. I would love to see what his teammates are currently getting, because that man is being just the star of Entity and the star of India, Entity Jonathan. But not only that, we still have BTR rising. We got Eagle. Eagle has been consistent with the third place for kills. Luxy and Suxy, 42 kills, 39 kills. I think the kills leaderboard first place is going to come down to the last map, and I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe go ahead and see the twins fighting each other.
Yeah, I mean, we saw his last game, Eagle just fragging out. Eagle had the high ground advantage over Bigatron, jumped off the cliff. Literally, the Eagle was soaring right there, was pre-firing as they landed down, actually got a knock, but then it was a nice trade, got knocked in the process, and then along to kind of tack on to your point there, Seven, Entity Jonathan doing a fantastic job. This last game, though, they had 3 members alive. They had the high ground on to eliminate the murder. I feel like they kind of fumbled the ball just a little bit on that. That could have been their chicken dinner, much needed chicken dinner. But like I said, illuminate the murder. That's my squad, so I'm not going to cheer against them.
And Entity, their rotation was a little bit late, and also they were just at a huge disadvantage. They waited until the circle started pushing them. I don't think they might have realized how far they had to go ahead and jump down, how they had to scale that little cliff down, and Eliminator was just able to take full advantage of that and just start picking them off one by one.
I'm really excited to see how this final game will go in Erangel as well. We can kind of maybe tease into it a little bit as it's right around the corner. I mean, if you're VTR, if you're Bigatron, you've won, right? It's done.
Yeah.
Your first place guaranteed. What do? Do you just go have some fun? Do you hot drop some teams? You try to throw the spanner to work for other teams, trying to climb up the leaderboards a little bit? Do you just have an all-out brawl, just separate across the entire map and everyone just do their own thing, playing gladiator style? It's up to you, right?
I mean,
There's still records to be broken, though.
Maybe find a flare gun, get disqualified. I don't know.
Well, so there is actually, looking back at the prelims as well, we had Mega Conquerors come through with 323 points at the end of 18 matches. They almost passed them in 15. That's how dominant they've been over the course of this.
That dominating kills, dominating points. They're just dominating.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're going to go ahead and be the global champions. My main thing is I'm a fan of Pachinki. Anybody that watches me knows that I'm a fan of Pachinki. I want to see what we saw in prelims. Maybe throw some Mega and Bigatron back to Pachinki, the Megatron action that we're able to see. Who knows? Also throw RQ, Athena, throw all the big heavy squads in there, and let's see who's gonna go ahead and come out the best.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be heading to Icy Baby one more time for today to make sure to break down that last match, the final match we saw on Vinkendi. Then we'll be back with Erangel, so take it away, Icy Baby.
Thank you guys so much for the casters here. Amazing games to come here. And once again, my name is ICBaby12, and this is going to be the recap of the map of Vinkendi. So let's jump straight into it here. This is going to be an interesting problem. I brought it up into the previous recap on how important scouting is. So let's pay attention into the map here. You can see Illuminated Murder all the way in the northern section here. Unfortunately to say, every single team was kind of in this section where they're all on the south side, whereas Illuminated Murder, they have a very smooth path for them. However, even despite having a free rain for them, you must always gather information here. Starting off here, you can see Illuminate, they always spread out a little bit here, especially in the early phase of Circle, just to gather information where or may not be teams could be here. Because as the game progresses, you can see the movements coming in from them. They are so spread out, and they always have Martin going a little bit aggressive here just to gather information here. They have sent Martin to scout out ahead here before actually taking the next phase of Circle. But as the Circle progresses, while at this stage here, they let a little bit of pit stop there just to cut off any kind of rotations who's going to be passing towards this roadside, just because there may or may not be teams rotating into the northern section of the Circle, which fortunately for them did not happen for them. So pay attention, this movement is coming from Martin around Illuminate here. He went into the eastern side here just to kind of scout out if any potential teams coming in. He's always rotating around sides, making sure that their end of the circle is pretty much clear for the taking before they make their next push. So as the circle progressed, what they did was they made sure they secured themselves a compound, which was pretty interesting because considering that how smooth the terrain was, a lot of teams would prioritize focusing on towards this mountain just because of those vision that they usually give. But what Illuminate did was, because they understood the terrain from their perspective, and based on this terrain, there are actually multiple entry points coming up to this mountain where you can get possibly flanked from multiple angles, even from the western side, which is this terrain, and also from the north section. So what they actually did was really smart of them because they made sure they focused everyone from the south side, because at this stage of the circle, they pretty much had so much information coming from multiple angles, and they made the decision that, you know what, let's send Martin up here to mess any teams coming from the south side. And you can see they actually went up to the north side, and then after that, they sent Martin to kind of have a little bit of a roadblock here to try and mess with any teams who tries to come in from the southern section here. Whereas the rest of the teams, you saw like teams like BTR, Top Esports down there further south early on the stage, they got messed up because there was just so many teams in the southern section here. So a little bit of a more introduction of why the terrain favored Illuminate a lot here. Pay attention to this terrain. You can see Illuminate the Murder, they were all in this section here, and you can see open fields from multiple angles here. If you were to secure the top of the mountain, they could be possibly flanked from teams coming from here, from here, from here, from here. So they didn't want to take the risk here. That's why they focused on one direction, which is making sure that they were cleared on this side of the ad, which they already preemptively did all the way throughout the earlier stages of the circle. So that was fantastic information gathering coming from the Illuminator Murder. And once again here, this is pretty much it coming in from the recap session. My name is ICBaby12. It's been an amazing journey in the PUBG Mobile Club Open, and it's coming to my final session, and we are one more game away to finding out who is going to be the PUBG Mobile Club Open Fall Split 2019 Global Finals Champions. And my name is ICBaby12. I'm going to be, oh, I can't sign this. I'm going to sign this right here. And I'm going to say goodbye. So see you guys right after break.
back, everyone, to the final game here of the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2019 Fall Split Global Finals. Jason Kaplan, Mustache Dave, 7 Worlds Gaming. He's the biggest Bigatron fan here on the desk as he has a jersey, luckily. My question is, do you have to return it?
I don't know. I'm going to try to sneak away from it. Hopefully Luxy forgets about it. If not, we'll see.
All right, well, Bigatron so far in the lead, I pretty much have almost secured. I think they have pretty much secured their guaranteed first place finish. And now every team out there after this finishes today will be looking out for them come 2020. Everyone looking forward to the World League, the $5 million on the line next year. So much money. Dave, you said you might even disappear off the desk here and start playing yourself to try to get in.
I mean, $5 million, I could do a couple things with
You
that.
could buy a lot of beard or mustache care products.
I could do that. That could be one thing. I can finally put a down payment on that Lamborghini that I owe so much money on. I mean, there's multiple things I can do here.
All right, but disrespect.
Whoa. I really drive a Toyota Prius, all right? I'm environmentally conscious. BTR, 112 points in first place right now, ahead of second place. I don't know. That's kind of impossible if you had to ask me.
It is. It definitely is. Now, my question is BTR going to be able to get the wing and just be able to finish it with a bang?
That'd be
saying,
nice.
Hey, we not only destroyed, we also dominated up leading into the last game.
Cue the queen, because we are the champions trying to be playing throughout the house.
Okay, but
What's up?
second and third place, 13 points. Fourth place and fifth place, 13 points as well. So when it comes to the money up there, the 90 grand, the 45 grand, it's still pretty close, and it's going to come down to this final game. That's pretty good.
So, Honor Angle, my question is, if you guys were to give me some prediction games. I'm not going to bother to ask you 7.
What happened to Cloud9? Where are they at? Where's your jersey?
What happened to
Cloud9
Queso?
jersey.
What?
What happened to Cloud9?
Cloud9, Queso, what happened to all those teams, man?
Don't remember what you're talking about.
Write down in the comments what you think about Mr. Bandwagoner over here.
Hey, follow me at the 7WG.
Yeah, follow him first. Make sure you tweet at him or do whatever. But listen, Illuminate the Murder, they won. All right, since I was a baby, I've been cheering for this squad. I think they are going to stay there in second place.
I think when you were a baby, they weren't even born yet.
I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Well, I'm going to have to go with the big boys, the Bigatron. Oh, there you go. You can see it on the screen there. I was going to actually tattoo it to my face.
Yeah.
But I also realized that people would probably not like me for doing that when I got back home. So.
I don't know. Maybe at the end of the broadcast. Who knows? If they win, we'll have to put the Bigatron tattoo on our face.
We're doing it. You and me?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. And Dave has to
shave my mustache finally.
Oh.
If Bigatron wins, I gotta shave my mustache.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No. I was gonna say,
we'll have the razor
10
ready.
grand was the like number you wanted for that. Maybe we can raise that one day. Maybe next year we'll try to raise that amount, get it to you to shave it off, and we'll give the money to charity.
No.
You didn't say you have to get the
He
money.
already said you can shave it if Bigatron wins.
The last
Hold him
game
to
or
it.
the tournament?
Clip it and retweet it to me. No.
The last game?
The last game. If they win the last game.
All right.
It's not gonna happen. So
Well, guys,
I'm
it's been
okay.
an honor being on the desk for you. With you. I think this is our final time here, so it's been a pleasure. Hopefully, see you guys again in the near future. I'll give you the telekinesis fist bump. Okay, we'll do the handshake. In the meantime, we're gonna head over to our final game. We're gonna find out who's gonna come out in the rest of the placings as Bigatron have secured that first place position. John Allen and Blank, take it away, boys.
The last ride is upon us, match 16 of the global finals here in Kuala Lumpur. The journey for these teams has been phenomenal. Some of them have been left by the wayside, and some of them have risen to glory. Bigatron all but confirmed for that top spot. My name's John Allen, with me, Blank. We are here at Kuala Lumpur to finish off the last game of the day. And what a plain path to do it with, coming from Quarry down into Novo.
All right.
But very quickly, we've got to say, if BTR win this map, Mustache Dave, he's got to shave that mustache straight off. And I mean, BTR, if they get that, they've got 6 chicken dinners. I'm pretty sure they can spare 2 of them.
Maybe 1 or 2.
That's
we'll
10
see.
grand right there.
Oh, that's a cheeky little payday. Nicely done. Dave got himself a little bit of pocket change moving into the next year. Hopefully, a lot of these teams will be getting a little bit more than pocket change next year, and maybe today as well, because for the last time, the plane flies over Erangel, where it all started.
And when it stops flying, we'll not see it again until next year. But by God, that will be a good year indeed. But we're going to have an amazing map.
Oh, yeah.
I'm already sure of it.
Well,
BTR going around hunting everyone.
That's true. The Road Warriors, we'll see what they're able to do. Maybe they'll be trying out that new game mode that was showcased earlier on with the, the attachments on the vehicles, trying to slap some of them on. Can't bring those into tournament play. That's not allowed, BTR. Naughty.
Just terrible. heinous crimes.
Absolutely. But the teams have dropped out the plane. Some decisions have been made. C9 over on that western side. They're getting some vehicles, heading up to North Georgia where they want to go.
BTR off back up to the farm. The chicken farm in this case.
To be fair,
They are just farming them.
it is the chicken dinner farm, isn't it?
Yes,
it's
it absolutely is.
what it is for BTR. They have pretty much guaranteed themselves, as I said earlier, they've guaranteed themselves that top spot. No one can catch them at this stage. They've gotten over 300 points. It's just impossible mathematically for them to not win. So we won't beat around the bush with them. It's second place that is up for grabs, but with Illuminate taking an early knock, okay, some interesting stuff. Southern Plain, blank, what does that mean?
It means Northern Circle. You know how it is. It's, look, with us, it's almost a guaranteed. You're always going to get interesting maps. It's going to continue to get interesting maps, you know? That's not going anywhere. But look, the peace treaty between Illuminate and Orange, it's over.
They set a light to it and send the ashes up to the skies. Drop in next year. Martin going down as well early.
This is really actually quite big, John. Illuminate going out now means that they have no real chance to hold on to the number 2 spot.
Well, they have no say in the matter, certainly. They've got a little bit of a lead, but how much further are they going to be able to push it? They still have 2 players alive, though, remember, Blank. They are still in with a chance.
And we have seen Luxie and Zuxi perform miracles on stage for us with just those 2 players alive. Look at the standings over here. Illuminate 189, Mega just behind with 178, and Top Esports at 165. It's going to be tough going forward. Again, Unique C9, they want to get into the top 8. Be one of the top 8 teams in the world. It's still an absolute massive feat to accomplish.
Absolutely. We'll see who's going to be able to push it, who's going to be able to get right down to it. You need to get your hands a little bit dirty here in the final games. They are just going to keep on pushing forwards. Mega, over on the east side, over on the east coast, will need to push on towards the north, and they won't come across Bigatron just yet, but they look like they might just be able to scout them out. Rod Fiat does that so well.
That he does. Again, though, a really greedy split from them. 4 people all in all there. An entity. They're heading up to their usual grounds up in Yasnaya. They have an easy way going forward. BTR, though,
they're just holding it down. On farm, as you say. But the teams who like to move north, it's going to be familiar territory for them, right? You do, over in Severny. Yeah. I'm looking to them and thinking, this is their time to shine in front of the home crowd.
Absolutely is. They've been having some pretty good games so far, to be honest with you, though, John, where they've made it happen. They've had some good initial fights. Obviously, they took Team Queso out last time, which was a massive play for them, all in all, where it almost pinned the nail in the coffin for Team Queso and those top 5 spots for them.
Well, they have another chance. They have one more go at it. And they're going to be swinging for the bleachers on this one. Team Queso down all the way in Primorsk, have a long rotation to make, but they have the west coast to do it. Generally, relatively unoccupied ground.
That's true, John. It is very, very true. But Soul, they're making their way up. It is Clutch God who will be scouting it, but he is running straight into the hands of Yudu. But let's take a look at BTR on your screen. They're just roaming farm, waiting for Mega. And it'd be very cruel if they just did wait for Mega indeed to rotate, because then it would make things all the more exciting for the teams below in the standings.
Seoul have their scout over towards all the way to the south point of Severny. You can see the rest of them just a little bit behind. Mortal yet to make the move. Has looted up just a little bit. He'll be okay. And they hold the other side of the bridge against EGC. Seoul rattling off the shots. They're harrying this rotation, and they've split EGC in 2. But there's only 2 players for them alive at this location. Clutch God still ahead. Mortal still behind. They're spread out across both sides of the river.
Seoul doing a really good job so far to stay within this one. Sure, they've not had the best of tournaments. They got a chicken dinner in there. Again, though, 11th place, just nothing to cry home about. You're still one of the best teams in the world.
That's quite the accolade to be on this stage. All the fantastic performances from all the various artists we've had over the previous few days. that beautiful opening ceremony, the announcements that we've seen for the future of PUBG Mobile esports. To be a part of it all, to be part of that history, such an accolade, and every single player, every single team, and every single member of staff that supported them throughout that journey deserves all the praise we can give them.
It's so true, John. Even if this year comes to a close, the door to next year is just beginning to open. And what a year it will be. RRQ on the southern side, pretty close to Illuminate, and BTR it does look like they are holding down at a bit of a blockade here, waiting for Messing indeed.
Already managed to accrue over 300 points, remember? Certainly the strongest team in the tournament right now. You do. All right, they've spotted Seoul on a long rotation. They tried to push into Saverny, but this is Yudu's home territory. So is it in these finals. They confirm onto Viper, and in goes Drax. Clutch God is right there. And they have to go for the face, but Drax falls as he jumps on. Oh, to the side of him he goes, gets the spray, and Clutch God lives up to the name.
Waving the red curtain there. And like you said, a step to the side will seal his fate.
Toro cries Clutch God on the hold. And Yudu, they think better of going in for any more. They're down to 2, but Seoul put up one hell of a fight there.
And Yudu, they just have to scarper. BTR moving up a little bit. You can see here, all rejection. They're scattered around Mega, but it's Stoned who spots out Uber.
Bigatron have moved for now, so Mega do not have that hard block right in front of them. Uber, he's going to get confirmed here. His teammates not near enough to try and back him up. Kraken takes a tumble out in Headshot Valley as D2E pulls up on him, gets himself a little bit of Kurd Squad loot.
They'll take that one there. RQ pretty happy with that one. Currently sat in 6th place. But Senior going down like this is not going to be good for business if Ari can confirm him.
They are going to roll on up and get that cover in. Senior, though, he just wants to get to that ridgeline instead, wants the terrain cover, not something that can come back to bite them should it blow up. Goes to the spray onto Ernie. Not quite able to capitalize. 2 teams all the way still on the south. You've got Mega, you've got Unicorn as well, still to mount up and make that push through, Blank.
Currently it's all rejection who is kind of holding Mega in position, and they'll have a long rotate up into the circle. One thing you've got to give Kurd Squad credit for is that I think that during all these matches, despite the rough times they've had, they've continued to hold passionate face, a serious face whenever we've seen them on cams, playing their hearts out here at the Global Finals.
Illuminate were dropped down to 2 early on, but they've managed to find themselves a little bit of respite on the south side of the river, splitting this next circle in half. Of course, it did pop, and it goes pretty much central, all the way from Yasnaya Lake to Georgia Pole Harbor. It's a split down the middle, and teams have to decide north or south.
Right now, I think it's safe enough to take a position on either side of the roads, but that split will become increasingly more dangerous as we do see the game progress. And they will have to start crunching up again and play unified. RRQ, Kurd Squad, Illuminate all around this area.
Oh, just escaping the spray there, Ari. And damage sent back over the D2E. Some nice stuff coming out. But in the meantime, it's Top Esports. They're mounted up, 3 to a vehicle. They're leaning out the windows, taking a leaf out of Bigatron's book. They're able to get one of the knocks, but it's Cloud9 who just pitch it away. They say, thank you very much. We'll take that point. We're trying to get into those top 8.
Well, I mean, if BTR can do it, so can we, right? We used to be the spring split champions.
Well, they still are.
Still are.
Not going to be the full split ones, though. Bigatron hold that title.
And here they are now, launching themselves through the field. They are terrifying to watch. Just it's the confidence they exude whenever you see them rotate. always got a clear idea in mind where they will be going, and just not scared of anyone. And why would you be when you are the monster that hides underneath the bed?
Ready to jump out at a moment's notice. And they've been certainly putting the fear into every team that's come across them. I mean, we saw last time where Cloud9 just turned around and said, no, that's not...
It was a ridiculous 180 we saw from them, scouting towards the ridge side to look towards Entity in the distance there, and already starting to take shots onto them. Jonathan, Neo, and now here comes the great BTR mount up.
They have the ridge line. Zuxi sends it over. There's a split. Attack is on the opposing sides in the grinder. Takes him this, and look, he's actually sending forwards and gone up. It's Aman, he's playing close now. Micro Boy, not quite heavy damage. Zuxi gets confirmed. Nades being sent on through. Kates, but Micro Boy down to half. HP.
28 kills for BTR. 32 with Entity in their sights.
But so's Aman. One player is dead already, Zuxi, and the rest, well, Entity starting to come alive. They want to try and eliminate. Bigatron, they'll be able to get fresh base for the final rolls around the side. Micro Boy now looking to finish it off.
And this is what we praised them for at the beginning of the global finals, the positioning, the movement, Entity. It's clean.
16th place for Bigatron, but it matters not a jot. They're still going to claim that overall glorious chicken dinner here at the full split.
The fire, no, I mean the bonfire from BTR has been burning brightly during this entire tournament, but it was only a matter of time before it began to fizzle out.
The circle shifts north of the river blank, which means everybody will have to cross. No one can be left behind, and if they are, well, they're going to have to be prepared to take the hurt from the blue. The rest of the players guarding that side as well. Currently Seoul very, very central, have a little bit of a northern side, but they're being contested by Top Esports.
Top Esports definitely not a team to mark down at all. This is a very, very strong team indeed. You got to be careful of them. Great at long distance as well, and they have that central position once again. That's where they thrive. That's where they have got most of their chicken dinners from.
Team Queso have moved from one end of the island to the other, from Primorsk all the way up to Severny, where we saw Yudu start out. They're playing right on the northern side of the circle. They're looking to try and rack up those points and hope that teams above them don't do so well.
Team Queso, they have been in a tough spot over the past 2 games. If they can try and bring it back, they potentially have a good chance going forward, but it has to be a mega game. And with BTR out of the running, there is potential to do very well without being immediately dunked upon.
Top Esports take a heavy knock, and I don't think they want to send for it, but that's a lot of damage sent their way. Helmet will be pretty much dismantled from that one as he lands the shot, and will soak up some of the meds from Top Esports. And being so central, they're going to be pushed upon quite a lot. They're going to need them.
They will. Unicorn Gaming here in a fight with Seoul as well. They're directly across the road from one another. But 3 members alive. They took that fight with Mega early on. Mega currently on the southern side of the map, but this fight is the interesting one.
Unicorn has spotted out top as well. The res did come through onto the player that did get knocked by the beautiful shot from the one, the only mortal from Seoul. A veteran player for this squad, came out of retirement to see them all the way to the global finals. And now here they stand for India.
Circle now begins to close around all these teams. A hugely open space that all these teams have played, and a massive hard shift on the circle there, down to the southwest of the circle. C9 hugely happy about this one. 2 bad games might just turn into a good one now.
Orange played spoiler to Illuminate at the start, taking 2 of their players down. Will they be able to do the same to another of the top spots as Mega try and push onto their location? But the fight is now breaking out between Soul, between Unicorn as well. And they push around the side, the crash comes through, the vehicles blow up, the nades are in, and in comes the assault. 2 players from Unicorn make the cross, make the push, and Viper runs back into the back rooms. They're looking for the shots. Ryan goes out to the side with the micro Uzi, gets one, takes down, turns it around, the top shot's in! Ryan, you absolute animal! It's just Mortal now! He's able to save it, but what damage has been done? Hong now riding strong in the buggy, needs to come up big. Mortal around the corner, the reload's in, holds it down for Soul. He goes out wide, but no! Unicorn stay alive with 1 in the running.
Ryan, he sounds the horn of the Unicorn and the rest come running. An insane play from him to make sure that at least one of his players can go forward.
Beautiful stuff there. Unfortunately losing a lot of those players. Entity making a rotation under the watchful gaze of Mega. As Team Queso have to make the push, they make the assault. Exceal's already gone down. Ayala as well. These assaults have just been going so poorly for this squad, and it's so disastrous for them right at the end of the day, right at the end of the tournament, and it's down to the wire for them. They need every help they can get, but the only thing they have at the moment is prayers. It's just Marco. The nade over the wall, looks for the spray, but it's one and done. Team Queso will go no further.
Cloud9 currently at 5 kills on the board, looking to bring it back, and although Team Queso, they had 2 bad games, turned into a third, C9, they'll take their energy going forward happily.
Couple of points, couple of kills, and they're going to be looking to move on through the teams above them. We'll see what else they're able to do, what else they're able to achieve. He hops in the buggy, the tire gets burst, he hops out the buggy. Rod Fiat left stranded just a little bit.
A standard routine in PUBG Mobile, jumping into a vehicle only to hear the whiz of
Eliminated.
air.
They're down in 13th. That's disastrous for their position, for their safety in that second spot. Now Mega can start to open the door. Top Esports as well. They're going to be biting at their heels.
You're 100% right, John. Oh! EGC finished by a beautiful nade onto the top roof. But it's C9 once again chiming in, taking shots onto ARG just to the south of them.
11 points separated Mega and Illuminate before this one. And that's going to close very, very swiftly. Already quite a few kills on board for Mega. They've almost been able to do it. But they have to just go that little bit further. They've got a good spot, but how long will it last them?
Next circle about to come through.
Oh,
Shifts away onto Top Esports and Entity. Entity quite happy with this one. Luckily C9, they can rotate through the forest and try and hold a position, but they will have to remove Udo and Unique to get in.
RRQ. They get knocked, one of them. Kurd squad from the side. The smokes are out from both of these squads to try and move along this hillside. They have to push forwards to take some spots in the zone. Cloud9 have to push from the west. Unique as well have just made their ingress, and they will play the northwest of the next spot.
Udo actually opting to rotate down anti-clockwise, potentially going to meet up with Mega on the bottom of the map, but it's Unique looking at Kurd squad on our screens right now. Quite a little bit far away, but it was Old Bayou. Got that massive shot at 300 meters. Unique, definitely a European team that can frag out at a distance.
Or rejection. Spot Udo on the rotation. One of them is going to get knocked. That's Zully. I'm pretty sure he's alone. Only Geek now for Udo, the home team. Down in the dumps right now. 11 teams remain, 34 players.
There's Kitsune taking shots onto Kurd squad on the hillside. Really making this fight with RRQ very, very hard for them. They start to get pinched by 2 teams.
They're moving around. They're moving in as well. Jump up on the bike, but Kurd squad, they've been spotted.
But do they know about C9 coming from behind? They've definitely heard the shot. And Unique, they tend to take fights for much longer than they necessarily should do. They also have to worry about Hung, and there it is.
Oh, they are going to go for the crash. Cloud9 going straight into Unique, going straight for them. And Orange are starting to turn up as well. All rejection on the south side. They get eliminated, 11th now, and this is where the placements points start to climb. 10 teams remain.
C9, bruised, battered, but the spirit not broken yet.
They're moving in, the North American squad looking to rack up as many points as they can, but Orange will not go quietly into the bottom page blank. They're going to try and guard their title with the fury of 1,000 suns. But Cloud9, they've got their own fury, they get spotted, they get rattled just a little bit. Bayo goes down, takes a knee, they push in. Top Esports vying for that second spot as well. They get delivered, Cloud9 on a silver platter. 3 of them down, Perkins has falls just uneven. What a fragger he is, but can he hold it out? No, he can't. Cloud9 go down.
Cloud9 are out. They saw their chance in the compound, not knowing that Top Esports was there, rotated immediately into it.
Here are the live standings as well. Illuminate. They're still ahead. 190 points for them. Mega 183. 7 points separate them. And as teams get eliminated, those placements have still yet to be added on blank.
RQ gets shuffled down. 147 in 6th. But here's our teams that are currently alive. UDO with 1 player. Kurtzrock with 2. But it's Top Esports atop the leaderboard. 5 kills. And a really nice spot here in the compound.
If they can get that chicken dinner, they might just be lucky, especially if they can take down Mega right now to try and leapfrog, try and take that second spot away. Illuminate going down early has really heated things up, blank.
They do have a little way to go. It has to be a strong game for them. Cannot just be the chicken dinner.
Oh, Orange, so unlucky. They are going to take 2 down. Mega looking to push around all 4 of them. Still up, still kicking. 5 kills to their name so far. And they're going to look for a position into the next circle. 2 players from Orange still alive, a little bit further up the hill. UDO still have their entry too, but Stalker will fall as well, will get confirmed. Just Popov and Leon for them, but Popov takes a knee. Jonathan picks it up for Entity.
Mega now on our screen versus Entity. What a shot from Eagle along the way. Huge headshot will take him out.
If they can get rid of Mega now, like I said earlier, blank, that's huge for them. The placement points will be sent over, but they can still get it with a glorious chicken dinner. They might see themselves safe.
Here's Eagle, and we know he's got the Eagle sight as well onto these teams from the distance. The SLR punching away at Mega.
So close. So many of these teams with so much to lose. Orange go down, and more placement points get flooded into the mix.
Eagle looking to open up some ventilation holes into Mega. But both teams with 4 members alive, but it's Entity who's also fighting with them. Cheers!
Entity picks up a knock. 2 of Mega are down. They are absolutely on the ropes, right on the southern side. They have to cover off all of the angles though, because Kurt Squad are going to push in.
Eagle! He's giving them all third eyeballs. This is disastrous for Mega right now.
1 player standing for them. If Mega goes down now, it's time for Eagle to strike it with them. Years comes around the side, it's online. Such a strong player, but he's got so much to do. He's getting spotted out. The damage is coming through. Will the spray be good? He finds it. Mega goes down. Top Esports with 8 kills. They might be able to get it done.
Still fighting on, John.
They need 18 points.
18 points is what they need. They will struggle forward.
They can get that in a number of ways, blank, with the placements that they can accrue or with extra kills. Already, they've managed to get themselves into 5th place. That's 8 points, so they need 10 more from somewhere. 5 kills, 2 placements might do it. They'll be able to look for it and see what they can find.
Starting the day in 2nd, it was ripped away from them forcefully, but now they're back to reclaim what is theirs.
Certainly looking to finish on the podium. First, a distant pipe dream, but second, still very much in contention. Nobody around them. It is them against the world for this 2nd spot. Top Esports riding strong.
Out come the arcs of the grenades, over the top. Not found anything as of yet, but now the smoke train is full in action. The whistle is blown. It's time for Top Esports to move.
Entity are on the opposing side of the circle. Both the top fragging teams of this game so far. UDO still crawling around, playing the snake games, playing for points, seeing how far they can get on up. And Unique crash into Kurt Squad on the northern boundaries.
Now comes a molly over the top. So much smoke. Can hardly see a thing, but they will disassipate soon and open up the ground for Eagle.
10 kills now for Entity, a huge game for them. They're going to be looking to leapfrog Team Queso and try and take that one away from them. I'm pretty sure they've already done so, actually. So they're going to set Illuminate in their sights. A long way to go, but they could potentially move on up. Very difficult to do.
Team Queso must be hugely disappointed with the result today. 3 terrible games right at the last hurdle. They're a vastly improved team, but they know this is a marathon, not a sprint. There is always next year.
The Chinese squad looking to spot out Unique years on the off angle. It worked earlier to get them the squad wipe, and it looking to work again. Rogue very, very low. Has to move back from the tree. Unique all on their bellies.
Kitsune. Oh, Yasha looking to move across, but it's Entity who are coming from the side.
They're trying to take down Top Esports. The nade onto Years on the off angle means that someone from Top has to respond. They're still holding off against Unique, and with 4 teams alive, it's Yudu still in the fray. Geek staying hidden.
Oh boy, he's looking out towards Unique. Neo makes the spray. The bullets whiz past Unique. Oh boy, feels it on his face. The breeze going past.
Oh, he's got the nade. Will they know where it is? Oh, so close. Onto KK Skr. And Entity now clashing with Unique. Yudu will finish it off onto KK Skr. But oh boy, finds Entity as well. Oh, Geek plays spoiler and Top Esports might have been their match. He could go all the way. Entity though, they're trading back. They will go down. And Yudu, they still have a shout. I think I might have spotted him. He might just be able to do it. But it's 2 versus 2 as Unique take a knock. Eagle around the edge.
It's Geek, sunk his claws into the heels, but Top Esports, they have to keep running, despite the Achilles heel being slightly damaged by Geek.
Unique hiding around the US, they go for the drive. Rogue looks to send it out wide, but he goes down. Super Eagle able to get it, looks for the confirmation. The planet is back, the rest of the squad, and the whole of China cheering for them right now. Hope and Eagle, the 2 men.
This boy is still going!
Standing up, it's just Yasha. Top Esports looking to take that second spot. They want to go all the way. They want to find it. Kitsune is going to go down, and Eagle spots it out. Yasha so low, and Top Esports make it happen.
Headshot, boom, headshot, one after another. Eagle will take them to the top again. Second place, a huge game.
But it is all about that first spot, and to the stage they go. Your champions for the PMCO 2019 Fall Splits. Title sponsor Vivo, Biggitron!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your champion. Give it up one more time for Biggitron Red Alien! Of course, these guys came a super long way. One of the 3 prelim teams that made it out here. These guys finished 5th in last season's global finals, but managed to let them come all the way to becoming the champion this time around. It's only a few months since the last one, and these guys managed to take it for themselves. It shows how much they were working, how much they improved as a team, and they certainly deserve this prestigious tournament that we were talking about for this weekend. We were always wondering who is it going to be that lifts that trophy and takes the biggest slice out of the $500,000 prize pool. It is, of course, no other than Biggitron Red Aliens.
All right, once again, congratulations to them. Let's give them another big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Congrats.
Now, of course, before we move on, we have to invite our second placing team. Ladies and gentlemen, for your second placing team, give it up for Top Esports!
Woo!
Let's bring them on stage right now. They're going to be joining us.
Congratulations. Congratulations to Top Esports getting our third place on this global final. Second place of, all right.
So this is Top Esports, second placing team right here. Of course, these guys did a lot. We're going to be talking about them in a little bit, but before that, let us invite our third placing team. It is no other than Mega Esports!
Congratulations, Mega Esports.
We're going to be bringing Mega Esports on the stage to join us as well. And these guys, of course, another team that came in from the prelims, joining by the side of Bigatron.
Making their way from prelims is really hard and they made it. Right now, I would like to invite our VIPs on stage for our award presentation. First of all, General Manager of Lightspeed and Quantum Studios of Tencent Games, Sila Young. Welcome!
Come on, give us a warm welcome!
Woo! Together with Vincent Wang, General Manager of Global Publishing Department of Tencent Games. Welcome!
Now, of course, at first we would like to award our third placing team with $45,000 and a bronze band. Everybody give it up for them one more time. Mega Esports. Definitely, you know, they made it to the leaderboards, the top 3. It took a lot, but
Yeah.
they managed to do it.
Yeah, congratulations once again. All right. I would now like to invite Vincent Wang together with Sila Young to move to our second place for the second place award presentation. Welcome.
Now, of course, Top Esports, ladies and gentlemen, walking home with $90,000 and a silver band. Give it up for them one more time.
Woo!
These are your last global final season champions. Still in the top 3, that's what matters.
Yep. You know that they are really good because they actually is the champion last season, right, for us?
Definitely.
Yep.
Now, of course, we're going to be taking a couple of photos for
Yep.
a moment.
Sweet time. All right, thank you so much to our VIPs. Right now, we will move on to the MVP award presentation. Faraz, tell us, who is the MVP?
All right, I'm going to let everybody take a moment to try to guess this one. Ladies and gentlemen, your MVP is no other than Zaxi from Bigatron Red Aliens!
Congratulations, Zaxi! Right now, I would like to invite our VIPs on stage for our MVP award presentation. First of all, Ming Dong Tan, Vivo Malaysia Senior Brand Manager. Together with Rick Lee, producer of PUBG Mobile, Lightspeed and Quantum Studios of Tencent Games. Please be on stage. Welcome.
42 kills in total. What is Luxy doing, man? Luxy and Zaxi, both of these guys.
That's crazy twins, you know. They both look the same and they have the same skill to make it happen right there.
They sure do.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll be handing him the golden pan.
Wow. All right, congratulations, Zaxi, for that. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the championship? Woo! Let us right now welcome our VIP on stage for the Champion Award. First of all, Woong Hee Chu, PUBG Corporation Chief Operating Officer, together with General Manager of Product and Head of Interactive Entertainment Domain of Vivo, together with Sealight. All right, for our Championship Award presentation.
This is going to be $180,000, ladies and gentlemen. And that, of course, is excluding the amount of chicken dinners that each of these teams have gotten all the way in this weekend.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them another round of applause. Woo! All right, everyone is busy taking video, right?
So we're gonna ask all of our VIPs to step to the front and join our champion at the side.
Yep, our VIPs. All right, our VIPs, do pass the trophy to our champion right now. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna give one more round of applause for all of these guys that came down here this weekend to fight for you guys and give you guys the best PUBG mobile action you have ever seen. Wow, that was a surprise.
Once again, let's give round of applause to our champion of PUBG Mobile Global Final Fall Spring 2019, Bigatron Red Aliens! Woo! All right, congratulations once again, Bigatron Red Aliens. MVP Sazi did really good job. Right here, from yesterday, they are on top of the list. Woo! You know what? For us, they were like eating 3 times chicken dinner in yesterday. That is crazy, right?
It's crazy. They want to lift that trophy once again. It's never enough.
All right, once again, please leave your trophy. Bigatron Red Aliens. Woo! All right, all right.
All right, for everybody, I want to say thank you so much for being along with us this weekend for the PUBG Mobile Club Open 2019 Fall Split Global Finals. Of course, our journey does not end here. As you guys saw, we announced earlier that we have bigger plans for PUBG Mobile Esports in 2020. And this is going to be something that we all expect to see. Will we see Bigatron dominate more, or is it going to be the other team stepping up? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.